Relax and focus, Bell. Your helicopter crashed. You made your way through the jungle, alone. You found a bunker. Do you remember the bunker, Bell?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Damron. We're playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. We're on our 10th mission, making our way through on veteran difficulty, grabbing all the achievements as we go. There's a couple achievements in this mission that requires several steps, and we're going to go through all of those. The first of that is Mind Trip. Mind Trip requires you to see all 7 memory endings and play through all 4 path ends in this mission. And I'm going to show you how to do that. We'll also have an achievement at the end of the mission, the red door, which disobey Adler's order to go through the door. So let's talk about Mind Trip. We're going to be playing this mission, the kind of portions of this mission several times naturally throughout this mission. And the first thing that we're going to do as we're progressing through this memory type sequence, which, you know, a lot of people kind of hated on this mission, but I think it's kind of unique. It is interesting. But in this playthrough of this mission, we're going to be disobeying Adler's orders. So kind of progress through this first section. You just need to kind of take all the enemies out. And as we kind of go up to our first location, we're going to hear Adler's orders.
The path split near a ruin, so he took the right fork, not the trail to the left.
So we're going to take note of that as we play through this mission here. In our first playthrough, we're going to do the opposite of what Adler is telling us to do. So he told us to go to the right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the left. And then we're going to progress through this section here. There's a few enemies to kill. You're eventually going to come up to an area that has a zip line, which can take you down to the cave, or a bridge that can go across into the kind of next section. So we're taking out these enemies, and essentially what we're going to be doing in this playthrough is everything that Adler says to do, we're going to do the opposite. So he tells us, hey, there's a zip line nearby, take that down. Well, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to cross this bridge, and so now we're disobeying Adler's kind of commands, right? And we go across this bridge, and now it's going to kind of take us into a different section of the mission, which is one of our paths, one of our 4 paths, and we're going to kind of insert into a battle in a large kind of town. So finish that battle until you get to the point of the red door, and this is our first memory ending right here. So we're going to open this red door, and this chair here is going to be right in front of us, and you'll be able to interact with that, and it's going to lead you into the second memory of this mission. So that's one of our 7 memory endings right there, and that requires us again to disobey Adler's orders. And then after a little cutscene, you're going to be launched back into a recognizable area, but this time you're going to have a bow equipped. So this is the same area that we just played through. This time you're going to kind of clear out enemies with the bow. You can be stealth if you like, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You know, just take them all out and progress again to the ruins. This time he's again going to tell you to take the right path, but we are going to again disobey Adler's commands and continue to take the left path. So now we're taking the left path up here, and we're going to go all the way to that same zip line again, which he's going to tell us to go down. Again, we're not going to do that. Instead of taking that, we're going to continue across the bridge here. So we're not taking a new path yet, but when we come up here, you're going to see that the right path we took prior is now blocked. So now we're going to be taking the left path here. So we're kind of going on another path, and now we're going to go into a section. You're going to do a lot of sniping of enemies. This is a pretty fun section, but at the end you're going to drop a napalm, and you're going to blow the shit out of some stuff, and you're going to go through another door. So we're going to complete another memory ending right here. This is our second memory ending, and we're going to go through this door, and you're going to have to kind of progress through this lab. Again, just keep going all the way until you get to the end. You'll eventually open a window, and it's just going to kind of put you inside of the lab. Again, this is a memory area. So once you get in here, again, interact with the chair, and that's going to be our second memory ending complete. And then after that, you're going to be in the third sequence of the mission, and you're going to be again in a recognizable area. This time you're going to have a grenade launcher. You just need to kind of progress, kill all the enemies again, make our way through this area, and get to that same rune. So this time he's going to tell us again to go right. And once again, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a left. We're continuing to disobey Adler's orders, and we're going to press up here, take out these enemies. Now this time, you are going to take the zip line down. You can cross the bridge if you want to, but you can't actually progress there. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take a secret entrance. So when you come down here, naturally, he's going to tell you to take the cave entrance, which is there to the left. But if you look to the right, you'll see this kind of hatch in the ground here. This is one of our 4 paths. And another ending of the memory sequence. Actually, if you go down here, this is kind of a secret area, and you're going to fall down here, and you're going to have this kind of mini zombies experience. So you're going to fall down here, you're going to black out, you kind of be in this small cave, all you're going to have is your pistol. And in this area, you'll actually be attacked by waves of zombies. And once you come down here, there's actually no way to get out. The way that you have to end this sequence is actually by dying. So you can mess around and kill zombies if you want to, but ultimately you need to die in order to finish that memory ending. So that is another memory ending down. And then after that, it's going to spawn you in front of a red door, and you're going to go ahead and go through that door. And when we go through that, it'll again progress through just this lab sequence. So just kind of run through it, run to the end. Again, we're going to be doing this a lot. It's a little bit different every time, but eventually you're going to find your way to this chair, and that's going to be another memory sequence or memory ending that we've done. So now we've disobeyed Adler pretty much all the way, and you're going to spawn into the area again for the 4th time. And this time you're going to come to the, that same rune, and he's going to instruct you to go into the red door. So we're actually going to do the red door achievement, which is to disobey his order to go through that door. So we've done the, 4 of the memory endings of disobeying him. We've taken several of the paths, and now we're doing the red door achievement. So as long as you don't go through that door, you can head to the right or left, but head to the right, and you'll see a bunch of doors just repeatedly dropping down in front of you. Don't go into any of them. Just keep making your way down this path, and as long as you don't actually go into any of these doors, as you're making your way here, eventually you're walking past them all, and what's going to happen is it's going to force you in front of the door. When it forces you in front of the door, you should unlock the red door achievement, which is to disobey Adler's orders to go through the door. And eventually you will be forced to do so. You see, you're in this area. The only thing that you can do is go through the door. And now that we've gone through the 4 sequences in this mission, but we did it by disobeying all of Adler's orders throughout the mission, you'll see we never see Perseus in this room here. We'll interact with the chair, and you're actually going to be at the end of the mission, and we've done 4 of the memory endings, and we've gone along 3 of the paths, I believe. I think there's only one more path technically to take. So this is going to end the mission. Okay, so you can watch the ending cutscene, but at this point you're basically going to quit out of your game, and you're going to restart the mission. So you don't have to do it on veteran at this time if you don't want to. Again, if you've been following my guide, you should have done veteran just now. I keep it on veteran, whatever, but again, you don't have to. And we're going to launch the mission again, and this time what we're going to be doing is we're going to be obeying Adler's orders. So we're going to come to the bunker up here at the top, and this time he is going to instruct us to take the right path. So this time we in fact are going to do that, and we're going to take the path down here. There's going to be kind of a silent enemy section where you get to kill these guys with some throwing knives. Pretty fun, but just progress on through that. And now he's going to instruct us to take the cave on the left hand side. Now we've already done the path to the right of dropping down in the cave and killing some zombies, so we're in that tunnel. So now we're going to take the cave to the left, and this is our 4th path. So now we've taken our 4th path, and we're doing our 5th memory ending. So you can see that path. You just kind of follow along. You're going to kill a bunch of enemies in that cave section. Eventually you're going to come to this red door, so you should get the challenge to experience all 4 paths. We've done that, and you'll know you're taking the right path because the end of that red door is going to be Perseus, and it's going to automatically end that memory and spawn you in the 2nd sequence again with the bow in order to say, hey, take out these enemies silently. Again, progress through that, and now we're going to come to the ruin, and he's going to take the left path, right? So again, we're going to be obeying Adler's orders, and we're going to take the left path. And this is going to bring us to a similar area with the zip line as well as the bridge. So what he's going to tell us to do now is to cross the bridge. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to take the zip line down. We're going to, in fact, cross the bridge. And he's actually going to instruct us to go up into the town that we did earlier where we disobeyed him. But he's going to instruct us to go up in here. So just like last time, you're going to go up here. There's going to be a large battle. There's a ton of enemies in this area. So just kind of make your way through this battle all the way to the end when you're, going to have this, hole blown through this kind of obstacle here. And again, you're going to find another red door in front of us, which is going to be another memory sequence down. So we've got 6 of the memory endings, or 5 or 6, I don't know. Just follow along with me. We're getting them all done. And at the end here, you're going to have to interact with this photo slide reel. Just cycle through those slides, and eventually it's going to make you go through another red door. And again, following his orders, you should see Perseus in front of you, so you know you're doing it the right way. And then you go in here, and again, it's automatically going to launch you into the 3rd sequence of the mission again, which is going to spawn you with that grenade launcher. So again, when you go into those rooms with Perseus in it, because we're following his orders, it's automatically going to kind of black you out and then send you back into the next sequence of the mission. So here we go, back into it, very familiar territory, and we've got a grenade launcher now. So blow all these enemies up, have some fun in here, and again progress to that temple. When we get to that temple, Adler again is going to take us to the left path. So again, we're going to continue to follow his orders. We're going to take the path to the left, and when we come up here, Adler is again gonna tell us what to do. He's going to tell us to cross the bridge. So we are going to again cross the bridge, come up to a statue of Adler's face here, and this time the right path again is blocked, so we're going to take the left path, which is going to take us to that sniper section, which is a really fun section. I enjoy playing that section, but again, you're going to drop that napalm, and you're going to go through this red door again, and we're going to finish that memory ending as well. So go through this red door here. And again, this is going to kind of put us in a very familiar lab territory. In these sections, again, you just need to kind of make your way all the way to the end of it, and you'll see Perseus again throughout this sequence, because we have been obeying Adler's orders. So when you open this kind of final door, as you make your way through, you'll see Adler back here. This time it's not going to automatically kind of spawn you into the next sequence. He'll kind of walk forward, say some shit, and eventually just kind of freeze. But in the back of this room is a computer that you need to interact with. So if you interact with this computer, it's going to kind of progress the mission. It's almost like you're hacking, right? You're Adler's in our head. He's getting some information out of us. But just kind of select Perseus. You'll just kind of make your way through this computer. And eventually, as you kind of progress, it will launch you into the 4th sequence of the mission, which again will, fast forward through this, because Adler's like, we've already seen this, so it's going to fast forward you to that bunker again. And this time, Adler is going to say, again, progress through the red door. So this time, we're going to do that. We're going to make our way right through the red door, just as Adler has instructed us to do. And at this time, you should unlock the Disciple Challenge, which is to follow all of Adler's orders in this mission. And when we come in here, we're going to sit in this chair here, and we're going to end the mission again. And at this point, you should have the red door achievement. You should have unlocked the Mind Trip achievement. And of course, the break on through achievements are, simply for beating this mission on any difficulty. So I hope you guys are finding this helpful. As always, again, this Call of Duty is pretty easy compared to prior ones, but I hope you're finding the achievement guide helpful. Hope you're grabbing everything, and hopefully I'll see you in the next mission, Identity Crisis.
Our leaders continue to weaken under this threat.